Okay, perfect. Yes, Zaki, already we are 1 minute ahead.
Yeah, we are live.
Okay. So thank you so much, guys, who all have joined in and who all are on YouTube. Welcome back to Simandhar Education. Again, it's an absolute delight to be here and talk about the courses, take down all the queries and all. So today's session, as always, will be very interactive so that I can take the questions more and discuss more on that, right? Not just about what is CMA, why CMA and all those things, but also from the futuristic aspect and what after CMA and how CMA CPA connections are being done. So that's where I'll be talking more on that. And as you know, there have been non-stop placements going on at Simandhar Education, which is a great news that these qualifications are getting accepted in the corporates, and there are a lot of job opportunities which are coming up for all the qualifications, not just for CMA, CPA, but also for EA, CIA. So these are good qualifications which we always believed in. And it's great to see that these qualifications are getting accepted in the corporates more and more now. And the acceptability is more now, considering that because of the COVID and because of the talent crunch, we are seeing a lot of the placements which are happening up, and a lot of the companies are hiring, and the demand for these qualifications is just going up and up. Right. So thank you so much for joining in, and all are on YouTube watching us. Hi, hello, welcome. Namaste from Sripal Jain. So I am the co-founder and the national instructor for Simandhar Education. I'm a qualified chartered accountant and a US CPA. And some of them tell that I'm a good faculty, but I'm not sure about that. But yes, I'll do a good job, at least by clarifying some of the queries and helping you out in today's session. And so straight away, the first question, guys, why do you want to do CMA? Because we have a lot of the people who are there who have joined in our Zoom session today. So just wanted to have this first view on why do you want to do US CMA? Yes. On the chat window, on the YouTube. Yes, guys. Why CMA? Why is this? Because this is a CMA webinar. So I just wanted to understand what is your perspective, and did you hear about these qualifications before also or not? Right. Sir, I am ICAI. Okay. I'm a qualified CMA India. So, okay. Okay. Yes. So you want to take the US CMA, that is one rationale. Okay. Next, what about others? Because we see a lot of them who are there to boost my career opportunities. Okay, Rohit. Okay. Yes, and who all have queries, please keep up that in the Q&A window or in the YouTube chat. I'm seeing each and every query, and my team is also joined in with me. So meanwhile, I'm talking, the people can keep answering in the Zoom chat from my team. Okay, so CMA is a great qualification in FP&A and business finance, is what Majid tells. Seish Kamal, I want to move to financial planning and analysis field from accounting. Okay, so Seish is very much frightened about accounting, and that's why I want to do US CMA. Okay, I'm working in a firm doing US accounting, want to build my career. That's a good answer, funny. And Amit, I'm from Odisha. I want to do something on the accounting field. Okay, okay, cool. So as you see that US CMA, if you see there, if you see the qualified CMA India, right, it's one of the best qualifications what we have in the management accounting, which is ICAI. Now I've been renamed to ICAI Institute of Cost Accountants of India. So unlike ICAI or CMA of India, US CMA is a very shorter qualification in that terms, right? And it's more globally accepted because end of the day, it's a US qualification, right? It's being governed by IMA, which is Institute of Management Accountancy, and that's what makes it a bit more special. And the reason is, as you know, there are a lot of US companies which are operating in India and in Middle East and all, right? So that's why the opportunities for US CMA is more, and that's one of the reasons why this qualification is right now very popular in India. So if you see that there are only two parts for US CMA, unlike CPA, which is of 4 sections, CMA is 2 parts only, which is part 1 and part 2, which is on my screen now, which I'm presenting. So if you see there in part 1, it is 4 hours, 100 MCQs and 2 essay questions. That's what they ask for. And then part 2, you have strategic financial management, right? SFM, which is again of 4 hours, 100 questions and 2 essay questions. Now, people who are ICAI, I have seen in today's session, there are a lot of ICAI qualified, right? Those people might be seeing that what they have learned, and here in US, it's completely different because the US qualifications are more specialized, right? So they focuses more on specialization, and that's why you see that US CMA and Indian CMA, they have a lot of differences between both of them, right? So if you see that in CMA, there's part 1, part 2. Now, one very important news and very big news is you don't need to go to the Prometric test center and write the exam, because you can give the exam from home, right? So there are remote exams also being conducted for US CMA, and this have been applicable from the January and February window. All are giving their exams in the month of Jan and Feb. They can sit at home and they can write the exam. So if you see that, it's very technologically advanced qualification, and that's one of the reason you see in level C there is technology and analytics, which is there, right? If you can see that, which is a 15% component in part 1. If you see external financial reporting decisions in part 1, which talks more about accounting and all. And one good thing in US CMA is it doesn't go much in detail in accounting like CPA goes, right? So not much journal entries and all. It's more analytical qualification. It's more about why thinking kind of stuff, right? And then you have planning, budgeting, and forecasting, which is more to do with the budgets, on how to do the forecasting and all. Then we have performance management, which deals with standard costing, the variance analysis and all, and your balance scorecard. That all are covered in the performance management, right? Cost management we have on the costing part, which is on, again, you have the standard costing and all those things, the cost management, the cost sheets and all those stuff. Then you have the internal controls, which talks about audit and all those stuff. And again, internal control considered to be the heavy weightage in CMA, and one of the toughest section, I would say, in CMA part 1, because it's more theoretical. And they ask a lot of theory questions in internal control. And that's why that kind of makes it more difficult nut to crack in US CMA part 1. And then finally, you have the technology and analytics. This is one of the most important things which they added up, right? So previously technology was not there. Now the management accounting is taking a complete transformation, and you have technology being added into the curriculum in line like what US CPA exams are going off from 2024. You see in CPA, they're adding CPA Evolution 2024, which has data analytics, artificial intelligence, RPA and all, but IMA have brought this content well ahead, right? So you can see that 15% of the component is being tested on technology and analytics. So people can, after US CMA, what do I expect? What are the skill sets I'll acquire? Definitely you'll be well versed in RPA, blockchain, data analytics, only the basics. I mean, you will not learn everything from this angle, right? So because these are only the basics which are covered. But even if you know the jargon, even if you know the technology definition, also it is well and good for the companies these days, right? No one will teach you in depth. And even if anyone is talking about in depth and all the case laws and all, that should be a different certification altogether. But at least they have some glimpses of the technology into our curriculum of CMA. And that's what makes it very good. So in CMA part 1, you have technology, internal controls, cost management, performance management, planning, budgeting, and then you have external financial reporting decisions. 4 hours exam, 100 questions, 2 essay questions, and in a year you can write in January, February, May, June, September, October. These are the primary windows. Normally due to the pandemic, sometimes they have extended also, but typically these are the generic windows when you can write the exam. You cannot write the exam entire months like we have in CPA. CPA, you can write any month CPA exam. CMA, you can't do that. CMA, you have specific windows on January, February, May, June, September, October, right? So that's where I would say that you'll need to be preparing your study plan accordingly if you're a working professional, right? Then you have in part 2, strategic financial management, which talks about financial statement analysis, corporate finance, decision analysis, risk management, investment decisions. So again, very different from what we see. It's very analytical is the part 2, right? And this is the place where a lot of companies are hiring. So people who want to get good job opportunities after US CMA, I think this is the area where we train a lot of our students in the ratio analysis and decision analysis, because end of the day, the FP&A work or the shared service center work is coming a lot to India. And that's why the opportunities for FP&A is increasing more. So after US CMA, you have a great opportunity to work in a profile of financial planning and analysis, in the profiles of internal risk management, right? Decision analysis, corporate finance. Sometimes CFA's position are also acquired by CMA. I've seen a lot of the companies where in place of CFA, they have taken CMA just because CMA have managerial subjects. CFA doesn't have any managerial part. So normally they are being taken at analyst level, but CMA are being taken at manager level, at CFO level, or at SVP level. These are the designations normally you will see in US CMA qualification. So we have seen them going to AVP, SVP levels also. We had that one session a couple of months back with Infosys, Electronic Arts, and other companies coming up for the US CMA hiring, right? So that's where I would say that you'll have more in-depth analysis in CMA than you will have in CPA, right? So CPA doesn't go in that kind of depth in financial management, but CMA actually goes more in depth of financial management. So you will see a financial statement analysis, you will see corporate finance, you will see decision analysis, capital budgeting, right? Your IRR, your Forex, your hedging and all those stuff. So corporate finance, you see with mergers, acquisitions and all those stuff. So that's what you will find in part 2. A bit of professional ethics, which is considered to be one of the most important component, like you have in CFA and in CPA also. US qualification ask a lot about ethics, guys. So that's why you will see the heavy weightage questions, or the people who all fail in this qualification, they never prepare good in ethics and all these dry areas. They'll read everything. They'll read financial statement analysis, corporate finance, cost management and all those stuff, but they will never read professional ethics, risk management, internal controls. And in exam, they will ask you only that, all right? Because they'll test you more on that. They know that you will leave in the exam all these areas, and that's why they'll keep asking questions from those areas only. Because ethics is considered to be very, very important component in US. And that's why you see that a lot of the questions come from those areas only, right? So this is about part 1 and part 2. Sir, itna hi hai kya CMA mein? That's all you have. So now CMA mein only 2 parts, nothing else. No, is there any single level, triple level, no CPT, no IPCC, no ICAA inter, final? There are only 2 levels, part 1 and part 2. Sir, ये दोनों करते ही, do we get a job? 110% yes. Do we get a placement of around 8 lakh, 9 lakhs? Answer is no. I don't want to lie, right? The normal average CTC of a US CMA is typically ranges from 5.5 to 6 lakhs. That is what it is. Some of our students have got 8.5 lakhs also, but that are exceptions. I don't want to tell you all those things and kind of attract you for this qualification, because that is the average is normally 5.5 to 6 lakhs, sometimes 5 lakhs also. So 5 to 6 lakh, that is a range for a US CMA. Now, why CMA? Because see, a lot of the people, it is better for a working professional because you will not get much time, right? And it's better to do with a shorter qualification than going with a longer qualification like CPA, right? So CPA is considered to be a little tougher qualification than US CMA. So that's why people tend to do CMA first, because CMA part 1, part 2 are very synonymous to CPA, FAR and BEC. So that's why people do first CMA from our institute typically, and then they go for CPA also. A CMA plus CPA, CMA might make you to shift to industry. A CPA will make you shift to Big Fours, right? So you need to be very clear what you want to do in the future, right? So that's why we tell a CMA plus CPA would be a better combination. Normally for many of the students, I give that because CPA is a little costly qualification. So start off with CMA, pass the exam, get a placement, and then do CPA along with that, right? So that is one approach of seeing the things, right? So now some of the sections, as I said in CMA, part 1 and part 2 are very synonymous of BEC and FAR. So when we tell FAR, sir, would they test external financial reporting journal entries also in US CMA? No. There are no journal entries being asked in US CMA exam. Not at all. Depth of accounting is not covered in CMA, right? So part 1, external financial reporting, deals with US GAAP, and they're just about reporting and all those things. They'll not ask you journals and all those in detail, right? Rohit, any common syllabus between US CMA and CMA India? I don't think so. Any common syllabus is there except for your cost management and I would say performance management and planning budgeting. These 3 might be little bit, but the problem, Rohit, here is they ask MCQ based pattern. What you see in ICAA India and all those stuff, nowadays I'm not sure what is the current content, but typically in the traditional time, they have been asking essay type of questions and all. Here it is not like that, right? So here it is completely different. Here they tend to ask MCQs, and the way they ask their questions are completely different. So it's more analytical and more logical based multiple choice questions which they ask you, right? So that is one of the things which you will need to notice, Rohit, in this qualification actually. Okay. So now till here, right? I'll just take few questions because I've been talking much. So I'll just take some of the questions It's people you can mute so that we can take more questions and interact more, because we don't do live session again and again, because these all information you will find in our prospectus also. So idea of me coming live is to kind of give that perspective, which is very important for you all to just to understand and to take a decision. And that is what my role will be in today's session of 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Okay, Zaki, please unmute some of them and they can raise hands. Guys, if you can raise hands, we can unmute you all, and we can pick up these questions and all accordingly. So today I just don't want to talk much about the Becker's product, about what Simandhar is doing in CMA. I want to talk about the qualification more, what are the opportunities, and that's where I want to interact more on that particular thing. Okay, Zaki, please start. Guys, all have questions, please raise your hands. In YouTube, I'll just come. You can keep asking there, guys. We have a team there who is replying there. In the meanwhile, I'll just keep covering up some of the important questions which are coming on YouTube as well and on the chat window as well. Zaki, if you can unmute people who have raised hands. Karthik, I can see Karthik there. Zaki, if you can unmute Karthik, please. Not able to. Karthik, can you please speak up? Karthik, you are just unmuted actually.
Hello.
Yes, Karthik, go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, well, I would like to actually introduce myself. I am actually a semi-qualified CMA USA.
Okay.
I finished my Part 2 examination the last year in the February window.
Okay.
And then afterwards, I actually joined EY as a tax analyst.
Okay.
And I'm currently working over there. So I will be doing my Part 1 examination in this window in the February month itself.
Okay.
So after that, that's when I actually heard about this, relationship between CMA and CPA. That's why I actually was eager to join this session. So I was planning to actually enter CPA as well after completing my CMA for better growth opportunities and all. So one concern that I was having is, even though even after actually finishing CMA, I actually am a BCom graduate. I haven't undergone a PG as of now. So I have heard that the eligibility criteria for entering CPA would be would need 150 credit hours. So,
okay. So Karthik, I'll take it a little short because there are a lot of them who are raising their hands. So Karthik, you're a graduate, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So along with BCom, did you do anything else like CA Inter or ICAA or something like that, or MCom or something like that?
No, nothing like that.
Okay. So Karthik, what would happen is you will eventually have to do a bridge course, which I have designed, and the entire team is aware of that. So along with just a BCom also, you can sit for the CPA exam. I mean, you don't need to worry in order for 150, 130 and all that, all my team will take care. Okay. And we have designed the syllabus also, which is approved by NASBA and AICPA. So you don't need to worry. You will immediately become eligible once you're enrolled with Simandhar. And if you just have a BCom also, you don't need to worry. The only condition is you will need to register for the bridge course, right? So the moment you register, you can sit for the exam and you can give the exam. That's not a problem. One more thing, you do not need to wait for your CMA another part to complete, because we have seen a lot of the chartered accountant students, CA students, CA Inter, ICAA Inter students who are pursuing CA. They have been doing CPA along with that. So I don't find any reason why you can't do a CPA along with US CMA. You don't need to wait for US CMA to complete, because these are all synonymous subjects and synonymous topics. So you can do both parallelly also. Okay, unless and until you have a lot of work pressure in the office and all, then it's a different ball game altogether. But if you don't have, I would strongly recommend that you can do parallelly also, because you have only one part left, right? So that would be my advice for you, Karthik.
Sure. Sir, also one additional question was like, in regards to CMA syllabus and CPA syllabus, what are the relationships? Like,
so BSc, you will easily pass BSc if you are done with US CMA. So one part of CPA is very, very easy. okay, with CMA if you complete it, because BEC is very much similar to CMA Part 2, okay, and Part 1 a bit also. And external financial reporting is very much, or I would say 20 to 25% content of financial accounting reporting, which is part of CPA. So you are almost completing 1.5 part of CPA if you are already a US CMA. Okay, so that's what I would say, that a CMA plus CPA synergy is very good, is my answer.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for the query.
So Karthik, one more thing, what we have is now because of the CPA, right? So you get a lot of accounting opportunities also within EY. Also, you can move to tax, you can move to accounting and all. Currently, if you're in an FP&A role, so it kind of broadens the job profiles, right? In CMA, you have you can max go only to business finance. But if you want to explore the corporate finance part and all those things, a CMA plus a CPA is a terrific combination, actually. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Arif, please go ahead. Majid, Arif. Zaki, can you just unmute Majid? Yep.
So can you hear me, sir?
Yes, Arif, I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. So can CMA US help in fintech kind of jobs? Or
Fintech, so Majid, just to fintech and all, these are all very बहुत बड़े words आपने use किया अभी session में. So fintech is a completely different game altogether. Okay, so that is a pure technology. So if you are asking me, you want to work in a profile where tech is more used, my answer is everywhere technology is being used currently. So there is no company which can be which can feel like, no, yeah, we don't want to use technology and will grow. It will not happen like that, right? So technology has to go along with the course, and that's why in your course also it is being added. If you can see, technology and analytics is a separate section is there in the part 1 where I'm sharing my screen. So if you can see that, so that's a completely different section altogether, right, Majid? So I would say that CMA is a great qualification even if you are going into a tech job. But one more important thing is nowadays people are not looking for core tech. That too, you can easily learn in 1 month. Tally, SAP, Oracle, and all those stuff, right? What they're basically looking is the business knowledge or the process understanding. आपको कितना पता है process के बारे में, how that entries should flow, how that ledger should flow, right? How is the process flow, purchase order का process क्या है? So that's why you have internal controls also there, right, as a part in the CMA, because they are testing more on the process knowledge these days, the companies. And that's why you see a lot of the US CMA people who are placed from our institute, in their interviews also, they ask a lot of journal entries to them, right? Though it is not covered, but they are expecting you to have basic knowledge of the accounting also, if you're going into the core tech profile. Okay.
Yes, sir. Last question, sir.
Yes, sorry.
Yes, sir. If you are a CPA, you can practice like a chartered accountant or something like that. So with the yes, sir. So as a CMA, I can't practice, but can I act as a consultant? Can I have my own entrepreneurship-based consulting firm, advising business?
110%, and that's where these days many of them are doing this consulting services, because a lot of the startups, they do not have a defined process. I mean, I'm glad that you have asked that question, including us also, right? So today we have so much reporting to do. And I'm telling you practically from Simandhar's aspect, right? There's so much of analytics we need to do, right? We prepare the reports, we try to find out which region, where the students are coming, where are they more situated, what is their interest, what do they think, what are their qualifications. So that kind of analytics, a lot of startup are looking for. So Arif, after your CMA, I mean, definitely this is one of those services which you can provide to a lot of the startups and all. And these days in India, a lot of entrepreneurs are there. So they are seeking help for good, proper reporting, proper structure. So if you have a good process, good teams, and you require a CMA to establish those reporting and those clarity in the reporting. So Arif, you can do a great job if you're doing the consulting also for this. And already a lot of them are doing, Arif. So you're a bit late, but I would say competition is not so high in this area.
Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for clarification.
Yes, Rohit, go ahead. Zaki, can you unmute Rohit, please? Zaki, can you just unmute Rohit? Rohit, we are not able to hear you. Yes, Rohit, go ahead.
Sir, now you can hear you.
Yes, please.
Sir, I am a qualified cost accountant, sir. More than 8 years of experience. I'm working in a manufacturing company, sir. So I want to boost my career, sir. I'm already a qualified cost accountant, CMA India.
Okay. Okay.
How does this US CMA will boost up my career?
So where you so you're working in a manufacturing company, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm really a big fan of these manufacturing companies because the way the reporting is, the way the entries are being passed, you learn a lot in manufacturing companies, to be honest, Rohit, and it's glad that you are in that industry. But normally you tend to become really saturated after a certain period of time, and that's why this question is coming from your end, that what do you do next, right? So I would say a CPA would be a better choice for you, Rohit, so that you can move up the ladder, because you already have a ICAA of India, right?
Yes, sir.
So it really doesn't make sense to do a US CMA. I would say US CPA would add more value for you, because ICAA India is much closer to US CMA also, right? So it is considered as one and the same only. So if you're ICAA India, I would suggest you to do a CPA instead of CMA.
What will be the cost of US CPA, sir? How much does it cost?
Okay, so CPA typically cost you around 3.5 lakhs and CMA cost you around 1.3 to 1.4. So that is the overall costing of CPA and CMA. So that because the exams are prometric based, and that's where the exam fees is a little higher for CMA and CPA both.
Sir, I am a below average student, sir. How much time it will take? Because
so everyone is below average, Rohit, not only you. And you're telling that you're an ICAA and you're still telling me that you're a below average. I just can't buy that point, because ICAA is very, very tough. And just because I'm doing a US CMA, it doesn't mean that I can demean ICAA, because I know how ICAA syllabus is and the content of ICAA. It's one of the terrific qualifications of India. And the pass percentage of ICAA is also only 2% to 1%. And still you have passed. That itself shows that you have a great ability to pass any examination on this planet. Okay, so I don't think so that you're below average, or you don't have those skill sets to pass this exam. You can pass these exams comfortably. And I would say within 8 to 9 months only you can pass any of this qualification, either be CMA or CPA.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rohit. Thanks a lot. Yes, Prachi, go ahead. Zaki, can you just unmute Prachi there?
Hello.
Yes, Prachi.
Yeah, hi. I just wanted to ask that what are the chances of getting a job in USA, not remotely, physically, after completing CMA and or CPA? I mean, both or
Prachi, what happens, right? Either you be a CMA or a US CPA, right? You cannot move to US through a qualification. I have clarified that in many webinars. I know a lot of these coaching institute, they keep promoting all this stuff. And that's what you guys get confused. अरे यार ये qualification से US जा सकते तो सब कोई चले आते थे इंडिया में. Everyone would have done all this and they would have gone to US by this time. Entire India would be vacated. Okay. So it doesn't happen like that. Prachi, ऐसा है, there is a career path. So you do a CMA or you do a CPA in India. You work in India for a couple of years, right? And you do a master's in US. Take that route so that you can move to US first. Once you move to US with a CMA or a CPA, you'll easily get a job, Prachi. So that is the way you need to look at the things, because a qualification cannot move you abroad. I hope I'm making sense, right, Prachi? Because I know you wanted to hear the answer, but unfortunately,
is another thing that I am relocating in 1 or 2 years on a dependent visa. So
yeah, that should make sense. So what will happen, Prachi, is after dependent visa, you will get an EAD, because your husband, or I'm not sure if you're married or something like that, but I'm assuming that if you get married or so, you get a EAD also, which is a valid work permit of US. Once you have that, you can get easily job in any industry with a US CMA qualification in US. And in fact, IMA itself will help. You will not even require Simandhar. But yes, our connections are more. So that's why people ask us a lot of US related placements. I definitely place them. But I always tell them that they have to first go to US, either via masters or via dependent visa or anything like that. Once they go there, convert their visas, and we can immediately place them. So that is what we do normally, Prachi.
Okay, so and I am BCom graduate and also qualified company secretary. So my company secretary will be counted as a credit.
Yes, for credits. So Prachi, I would say that CS plus BCom, definitely a CMA and CPA, you should do both actually, to be honest, because you'll have an option open to the industry also. You'll have option open to Big Fours also. So that would be very trouble. Again, it depends on your time. So if you have more time, I would say you can do that. Amrita, no. On dependent visa, we cannot get work permit, Amrita. So dependent visa is different. and work permit is different. Okay. So after your dependent visa, your visa gets changed. If your husband is having an I-140, based on that, you get a EAD. On that EAD, you can work, Amrita. That's what I was explaining to Prachi. Sorry, Prachi, I was just reading the chat window, so I wanted to answer to Amrita.
It was helpful for me also. Okay.
Thank you so much, Prachi.
Thank you.
Teja Surya. Yes. Zaki, can you just unmute Teja? Or Funny? I can see Funny's hand there. Yeah, Teja, go ahead.
Yeah, sir, I'm a BCom graduate and a semi-qualified chartered accountant.
Okay.
Okay, I have experience after articleship. I have experience related to accounts, and recently I have joined as tax associate in PwC.
Okay.
Okay, I have tried to get into FP&A roles, but because I don't have any experience, I just didn't get any sort of interview calls from anywhere.
Okay.
Okay, I am just asking whether CMA qualification will help me to get into that role. Actually, I am looking to join that role. So yeah, I have researched that.
CMA itself deals with that only, Teja. So
Yeah.
CMA qualification is FP&A hai. So if you're looking more specific for FP&A, even CPAs also get there, right? But people tend to do CMA pehle because CMA is a shorter qualification, right?
Yeah. First, I just need a
CPA
qualification.
रहता है तो थोड़ा pay will be like 2-3 लाख extra रहेंगे, बस उतना ही फर्क है. CMA में your pay might not be so high like what a CPA gets, right? So that's why I say CMA plus CPA कर लो बल्कि अगर time है तो. But right now, I think if you want to move to FP&A, I think Teja CMA is a better qualification. You're already having a lot of job opportunities for US CMAs in Accenture, Infosys, HP, DXC, all these companies. So you can move into this IT FP&A, all right?
Okay.
Or pharma's FP&A also, Teja.
Okay. I have read once I got into any job, I just planning to write CPA after I have qualified as CMA.
Yeah, Teja, perfectly. So you don't need to worry. So we do place everyone.
Because once we get a job, we will get confidence, right? So that's the reason
Yes. So we have around 100% placement percentage at Simandhar. And our passing rate has also been, God's grace, it's been above 90%. So I don't think so you should have any problems whatsoever.
And the package will also be offered as a fresher, or can I have?
No. It will be offered as a fresher only. It will be offered as a fresher only.
Okay, that's fine.
See, I can tell you, Teja, 10 lakh, 11 lakh, and I can enroll you, but that's not how we work, right? And need to be transparent and honest with you.
Yeah. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, Funny. Saki, can you just unmute Funny there? Ayush Goyal, yes is the answer on YouTube. Sir, I'm doing CIA and CPA both. Is it beneficial in Big Four? 100% Ayush. Please continue. Yes, Funny, go ahead. Funny, we can hear you. You are unmuted. Funny Kumar P. I think Zaki is not there. Ayush, Zaki, can you unmute Ayush Mandovara?
Hello.
Yes, Ayush, go ahead.
Sir, are you able to listen to me?
Yes, Ayush, you have raised your hand. You had any queries?
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, I am currently a Simandhar student for CPA.
Okay. Yes, Ayush.
I'm a big fan of you, first of all.
Thank you so much.
Sir, my question is that I'm planning to move to Canada.
Okay.
And I am currently doing CPA. And if I do CMA as well, will it be helpful there?
Okay. So what happens, Ayush, is CMA and CPA have been merged in Canada. Okay. So there is no separate CMA qualification in Canada now. So it has been merged to CPA Ontario itself. So there's no use of doing the US CMA again. Okay. So please stick to CPA and study for CPA and move to Canada. Okay. And who all are studying for CMA also stick to CMA and move to Canada. Okay. That would be my answer, Ayush.
Right, sir. Thank you so much.
Take care, Ayush. We'll meet tomorrow. We have a CPA session tomorrow. You may join in there.
Definitely, sir. Definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Kamal Chandra Roy, can you just unmute Kamal, Zaki?
Hello.
Hello. Yes, Kamal.
Thank you.
Ayush, can you mute yourself? Zaki, can you mute Ayush there?
Yes, sir. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
It's okay. Yes, Kamal.
Yeah, sir. My name is Kamal. Like it's been more than 13 years. I'm working with MNC called Jones Lang LaSalle.
Okay.
But unfortunately, I am, arts graduate, and I did my MBA in from distance learning, and now I planning to do CMA.
Okay.
And because my boss, they are also suggesting me to, if I want to grow in my career, I should have some technical, degrees. So my question is like, can I do CMA, or will it be so tough for me? Because
No,
I'm not for a
So,
commerce.
Kamal, you don't need to worry here. What happens at Simandhar, right? So we do basics of accounting classes also for the people who are from non-accounting background, where we explain them debit, credit, ledger, and all those entries, right? So you will not have any issues whatsoever in pursuing. If you can just mute yourself, Kamal, so that I can talk. I think there is some background noise, Kamal. If you can just mute yourself. Zaki, if you can mute Kamal there. Yeah. So Kamal, what I was telling is we do have basics of accounting classes for the people who are from non-accounting background, who don't have any knowledge on accounting, on debit, credit, journal, and all those stuff. So our faculties explain them first, and then we go into the external financial reporting of part 1. So in that way, I think just because you're an art student, I mean, the chances of passing are more. It's not like that you will not pass. You'll have more opportunities of clearing this very easily because you don't know anything about CMA, right? When you don't know anything, the urge of knowing actually increases more. So you'll be more inquisitive and try to learn more. So that would be my answer, Kamal. You can comfortably go with US CMA. Yes. Zaki, if you can unmute Kamal, I hope it got answered. Kamal, does that answer your question?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. It's been more than 13 years, so I have already cleared the basic understanding of the accounting part, because it's like how much knowledge required to handle R2R profile,
Right.
and there are 3 to 4 CAs under me. So. Yeah, so I have like 3 CS under me, and then 2 to 3 CMA also. They're working.
So Kamal, already CAs are working under you. You can pass CMA very easily. Don't worry. Okay. So making CAs work is a very big thing, right? So managerial skills you already have. So you have already passed the risk management and all those parts already, right? So you just need to study the difficult parts, which you will easily pass. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Amruta Bhosle, Zaki, if you can unmute Amruta there.
Hello, can you hear me, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, sir, as I mentioned earlier, like I'm planning CPA, and currently I can go on dependent visa there. So
Okay.
how I will get opportunities in USA after completion of CPA?
So Amrita, just pray that your husband also get I-140. So I mean, assuming
actually, currently he's on that student visa, like he has completed MS.
So what will happen, Amrita? Nowadays they are approving visas because US doesn't have talent right now. So they are approving the visas, and also you don't need to worry. So right now you're on a dependent visa. So how much ever you can study, utilize this time and study a lot. You do CMA, you do CPA, upgrade yourself. Within 1.5 years, you will get an H1. The moment you get an H1 and an I-140, you will get an EAD, and automatically you can work there in US. Or another route, Amrita, for you would be to take a master's, right? To become an F1, like your husband is on a student visa, you can also go for a student visa, right? You can take an admission in 1 year master's and parallelly do your CMA or CPA. And after that, you will get an opportunity to work in US for 3 years, right? Due to an OPT, which is optional practical training. Right now, your husband is also might be doing the same after his student visa. I mean, is like after 1 year, they'll have 3 years of OPT where you can work. So same strategy, you can also use it. And rather, you will have more chances because all the accounting programs in US are now integrated with technology. So they also fall under STEM. So the moment they fall under STEM, you will also get a first visa because STEM people are preferred first. So what do you mean by STEM? Science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, right? So nowadays, the master's program in US, they are much integrated with STEM programs, right? So you should select a master's in analytics, accounting and analytics, like this 1 year master's, and along with that do a CMA and CPA and go to any accounting firm, you'll get a job. Does that clarify, Amrita?
Sir, what is the cost of master? Actually, I have not planned of any master's program. Currently, I'm planning to do CPA only, and after that, I will
stick
go
to CPA first. Once you complete CPA, then you go for a master's, which will be in accounting and analytics. And that CPA firm itself might take you for an internship also. Through that, you can fund your master's. Typically, it would be 15 to 20 lakhs per annum, but in US, that's not a big thing. You'll easily recover that in 3 to 4 months. Okay.
Okay, so sir, if we get H1B, so can I work on that basis on H1B?
No, you can't, because after an H1, he should also get a I-140, right? So that he normally gets after a year or so. I'm not sure on the period. You can check it with that, right? So once you get the I-140, you will get that EAD and all those application you need to do it. It's a long process, Amrita. I would say this is a better process to go in with, where you do a 1-year master's and do a CPA parallelly, and after that you will get an easily a job.
Okay, so like the chances of getting job on the basis of CPA is lesser than master. Is it?
No, because masters will give you the visa, CPA will give you the job. So you need a visa also to do a job, right? So once you're a CPA, they want to take you, but how will they take you if you don't have a visa? So your masters will actually make you eligible for the visa. So people do masters only with any of the stupid university to just get that visa thing. Once they have a work permit, no one will take you without a CPA, right? Because CPA is a mandatory qualification. That's why now question asks, sir, I can do just masters and get a job, right? It won't happen because CPA firms won't hire you. So that's why I'm telling that you'll have to do a CPA, but you'll have to do a master's also in US just to get that visa fixing done.
Okay, sure. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Amrita. Okay, Saurabh Mehta, Zaki, can you just unmute Saurabh there?
Am I audible?
Yes, Saurabh, please go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Saurabh.
Yeah, so sir, actually I'm planning to do US CMA. So sir, what is the difficulty level for an average student? Because I am not a great good at academics and stuff. So I was planning to do it. So if you could give me guidance on it.
So Saurabh Mehta, academics में good नहीं है तो क्या कर रहे हो आप? क्रिकेट विकेट खेल रहे हो क्या घर पे?
नहीं सर, थोड़ा बहुत खेल लेता है, but if you could guide me on it, to whether I should pursue, is it a very difficult course or something like that, very tough and all?
See, for a sincere person, there is nothing tough, right? There's nothing difficult, right? So when I talk about sincerity, I'm talking about discipline. And
Yes,
discipline comes from consistency, Saurabh. So if you study every day 2 to 3 hours, you should be able to pass this qualification within 7 months. That's how I will sum it up. There's nothing called as average student, weaker student, intelligent student, because US exams are logical. Rattu tota nahi hai US ke exam. I hope you understand that.
Yeah, I understand.
Logical and it is very conceptual. आप एक बार पढ़ोगे, apply करोगे, they'll ask all application based questions. So Saurabh, here you will know that it's very different from our Indian exams. Okay. So I think you can easily pass that. But you'll have to actually at least put certain efforts. हर दिन 3 घंटे तो आपको पढ़ने ही पड़ेंगे. At least 2 घंटे तो सरी 3 घंटे भी नहीं तो.
Okay, so.
Yeah.
And sir, after if I complete CMA, so sir, I was planning to do MBA or ACCA. So what would be a good combination?
CMA के बाद CPA is the best combination. Don't waste money on MBA. Don't waste money on ACCA. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Rohit RV. Zaki, can you just unmute Rohit RV there?
Hello.
Yes, Rohit, go ahead.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Rohit. Please tell me.
Sir, actually, I'm a CA final, sir.
Okay.
I'm planning to do the CPA, sir. How it added to my career, sir? If I do an US CPA, means should I able to do both the CA final and CPA simultaneously, sir?
CA final, how many attempts you have given, Rohit?
Sir, I had just given only 1 attempt, sir.
You do CPA, not a problem. You can do comfortably CPA first and then focus on CA final. Okay.
After completing the CPA, sir?
Yes. After completing CPA, you can go back to your CA final syllabus and complete CA final also.
How many months it will take to complete the CPA, sir?
It will take 8 to 9 months, Rohit. Tomorrow we have a CPA session. You can attend that, where I'll go in detail about US CPA.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes. Rakshit Jain. Zaki, can you unmute Rakshit there? And Rohit, one more answer, right? So very simple here. CMA 20 subject hai. After 20 subjects, if you want to do a job only, then I would suggest you to do CPA instead. Because if you don't want to go into practice, I would say any day do CPA. 8-9 months ka hard work hai. 9 months you do hard work, you get into big fours at 7.5 lakhs package per annum. So I mean that's very easy route, right? After that you do CA also, no one will stop you. After 9 months you do till your lifetime also, no one will stop you. So that is a better answer for you, Rohit. Okay.
Means first I need to do the CPA,
yes,
sir?
better do
Because
CPA, finish off in 8 to 9 months, get a job, and then keep on doing CA. Okay,
Sir,
because you've already given one attempt, right? So that's why I'm recommending that approach.
Sir, so what is the average salary package for a fresher CPA, sir, without
7.5
having any
to
experience?
8.5 lakhs. 7.5 to 8.5 lakhs per annum.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, Rakshit, please go ahead. Sorry.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, Rakshit, you're audible. Please go ahead.
Sir, I am qualified CPA and currently working as an assurance associate at 𝐒𝐲.
Okay. Yes, Rakshit.
Sir, will CMA will help me for better growth opportunities or salary growth?
नहीं नहीं कुछ भी हेल्प नहीं करेगा रक्षित सीपीए आप ऑलरेडी हो बस उतना ही रख लो आप सो आई डोंट थिंक सो यू शुड डू अ यूएस सीएमए अगेन रक्षित सो व्हाट आई वुड सजेस्ट इज इंस्टेड ऑफ यूएस सीएमए you can do CIA. So if you are already a CPA, I would suggest you to do CIA. You can get in touch with our counselors for certified internal audit course. So that would be a better choice for you if you are already a CPA.
Yes, sir. And sir, what will be the salary of experienced CPA, such as after 10
CPA plus CIA, I would say it depends on what kind of experience you have and how many years of experience you have, Rakshit. So typically a fresher gets 8 lakhs, 1 to 2 years of experience, you can get into 12 to 13 lakhs.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Mohammed Muzakir. Zaki, can you just unmute Mohammed Muzakir?
Hello, sir, can you hear me?
Yes, Mohammed, I can hear you.
Sir, as from 2021 July, AICPA has added data analytics in auditing and back, but I'm weak in technology stuff and data analytics. So can I still take CPA, sir?
No, wherever you go, you will need to learn this. It's not about CPA, CMA. In your job also, everywhere technology is coming. So you don't need to worry. Everyone is weak, not only you, right? So that's why we have faculties, and that's why you join an institute so that you can overcome all these things, right? So Mohammed, you don't need to worry. We have some fantastic faculties here who are working in the tech domain only, and they would explain you and help you around. So you don't need to worry, Mohammed. Okay. Does it make sense, Mohammed?
Okay, sir.
Yep, thank you. Yes, Zaki, Vinod Kumar. Zaki, if you can unmute Vinod there. Yes, Vinod, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, Vinod.
Hello.
Sir. Yes.
Hi, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, actually, मैं अभी ACCA pursue कर रहा हूँ. I'm at the final.
Vinod, we have lost you actually.
Is it useful for me to pursue CPA also simultaneously?
Yes, Vinod. I mean, see, why I'm telling that is we have a lot of CPA US based companies here in India, right? So along with ACCA, CPA, any given day is better, right? So Vinod, I would suggest you to start off with CPA prep as soon as possible, because the opportunities will go up like anything. Already there are a lot of people who are getting placed. I think you are following us on LinkedIn. So people who are all on Zoom today and on YouTube who are watching me, please do follow on LinkedIn. Please create your account on LinkedIn, see that that's a best professional platform, and that would give you the visibility also, what is going on, and right. So, there are a lot of opportunities, job opportunities, which are coming up. So please do the course and finish it off. That would be
definitely, sir, one more thing, sir. I'm a qualified cost and management accountant since 2017, and I have been working in one of the PSU in India right now since 2017. And last year I have joined ACCA, and right now I am preparing for the final level of ACCA. That's why, and recently I go through the CPA also. So I got to know that you are also teaching the CPA in India. So that's why I was so much interested in doing CPA also simultaneously.
You can do
That's
simultaneously,
why.
you know, that's not a problem. That's not certain big thing that you can't do. आजकल लोग तीन
How?
qualification कर रहे हैं. So it's not some
No,
rocket science to do
I
CPA. So you can do
I
that.
want to know, sir, how would it be beneficial if I am doing the chartered accountancy from UK and simultaneously I will do this CPA as a chartered accountancy from USA. So how would it be beneficial, sir? Because both are the chartered accountancy degree.
नहीं. So one is of UK Vinod and other is of US. Okay. So
Yes.
US के कंपनी में UK के लोगों को नहीं लेंगे, right? आप लोगे क्या? UK के कंपनी में इंडिया के CA लोग काम कर सकते हैं क्या? नहीं कर सकते. That is the answer for you. So इधर इंडिया में US के कंपनी ज्यादा है या UK के ज्यादा है विनोद? What do you think?
I think, sir, USA.
Exactly. Right? That is your answer why you should pursue CPA. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Karan Sinha. Yes, Zaki, can you unmute Karan Sinha there? Yes, Karan. Karan, please go ahead. You are unmuted. Okay, Karan is not. Karan, are you able to? Harshit Gala, Amit Kumar. Zaki, can you unmute Amit Kumar there?
So is it audible to you?
Yeah, Karan, go ahead, please.
So firstly, I'll tell you my background and probably then I can ask a question. So I am a BCom graduate and postgraduate in retail management from MMS program from Mumbai University. And from last 15 years, I am working into the banking domain, specifically into the transaction banking group.
Since how many years you are working, Karan?
15 years.
Okay.
So now I am on the age of 37 and probably I only having a postgraduate, which I am using as of now for my qualification. So to enhance my qualification, because I do not have so much time for any more qualification. So just to add 2 steps which I need to discuss. One, actually I also doing a business analytics program from IIT Madras and digital marketing analytics from IIM Kashipur also. So, but this is a combination for data science. Now, this is in the process, which is yet not completed. So to add some solutions, I am also looking out a program for FRM as well as for CMA. So if you can just enlighten on the part, because I cannot have a much time to explore other areas. So that is more restricted to 1 or 2 years I can spend more onto the education.
Okay, so Karan, glad to see that you are still interested in the upskilling yourself and seeing the programs which you have enrolled are very good programs. And it is better to be a US CMA than to just be a mere BCom, right? Working in a company and all. So any given day, US CMA plus a BCom plus any other XYZ would definitely add value, Karan. So I would say that you can go ahead with the CMA because it's shorter and shouldn't take much time, and you have a bit of analytics also added in the curriculum, which will actually go well with your core technology which you have been currently upskilling yourself. So a bit of financial knowledge and bit of technology would actually make you a more stronger resource in the coming years.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Karan. And just see that if you can work more on the banking side also, anti-money laundering law, a good certification from ACAMS. If you can just see that certification also, which is very good. I mean, along with that, you should explore that as well, Karan. Along with CMA, I think it's not so tough. One level, you can definitely do that from ACAMS.
Okay, so but this my question is basically more into the general industry, not specifically for the banking.
Okay.
Because
then you can go ahead with CMA, then it's fine. Because I thought you wanted to go more into the banking domain, and that's why I was telling that an EML course from ACAMS would have made more sense actually, if you're going in this industry only for the next 10 to 15 years.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you. Harshit Gala, Amit Kumar Zaki, if you can just unmute Amit there. Yes, Amit, go ahead, please.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Amit. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Please go ahead.
Can I speak Hindi, sir?
बोलिए भाई, हिंदी हमारी मातृभाषा है, बोलिए.
सर मैं सर आई एम फ्रॉम ओडिशा.
सर हमारे इंग्लिश बात कर रहे हैं अमित, आप बोलो.
सर मैं ओडिशा में रहता हूँ, तो हमारे यहाँ ओडिशा में कोई फैसिलिटी नहीं है US CMA में. तो इंटरनेट में मैं सर्च कर रहा था तो IELTS एजुकेशन एंड सिमंदर एजुकेशन। तो मैं बीकॉम स्टूडेंट हूँ सर, फर्स्ट।
ओके।
तो मैं बीकॉम के बाद US CMA को प्रेफर करूंगा। तो आपका
क्या बोल रहे हो अमित, आपका?
सर आप इसमें क्या कहना चाहेंगे? तो मैं कितने तक सही हूँ, कितने तक बुरा हूँ?
नहीं, बुरे तो कोई भी नहीं रहते। ये कोई सिगरेट तो आप फूक नहीं रहे हो या शराब तो नहीं पी रहे हो, आप पढ़ ही रहे हो, राइट अमित? तो कोई अच्छी चीज में कुछ बुरी चीज नहीं हो सकती। तो आप पढ़ रहे हो, इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हो टाइम, एजुकेशन है, क्वालिफिकेशन है। ऐसा तो नहीं आप बाहर घूम रहे हो स्कूटर में जाके, रोड पे जाके। आपकी थिंकिंग एकदम सही है। ये क्वालिफिकेशन करिए एंड देयर इज नो रॉन्ग इन डूइंग राइट थिंग्स। समझ में आ रहा है अमित? तो
सर मैं बीकॉम के फाइनल ईयर के एग्जाम के 2 महीने में मैं एडमिशन करूंगा। तो कितना परसेंट फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट
वो
में
आप
क्या?
हमारी टीम से मालूम करिए अमित। हमारा कांटेक्ट डिटेल है वेबसाइट www.simandhareducation.com पे। वहां पे जाइए और पहले ज्वाइन करने से पहले ना थोड़ा रिसर्च करिए कि क्वालिफिकेशन क्या है क्या नहीं, आपको सही में ये पसंद है या नहीं, राइट? सो जस्ट सी आप कितना दिन में न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते हो, कितने बजे सुबह उठते हो, ये सब चीजें बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। समझ में आ रहा है कि आप उठ रहे हो सुबह 11 बजे 10 बजे और बोलोगे मेरे को CMA करना है बीकॉम में बैठ के, ऐसा ये एग्जाम्स होते नहीं है, राइट? इसमें बहुत सारा अनुशासन चाहिए। इसलिए मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि पहले आप देखिए हर दिन कितने बजे आप उठते हो, हर दिन न्यूज़पेपर पढ़ते हो नहीं, आपको फाइनेंस सही में पसंद है या नहीं, नंबर से आप में रुचि है या नहीं, ये सब पहले आप मालूम करो। अगर आपको लगता है हाँ ये सब चीजें मेरे को पसंद है, मेरे को इसमें रुचि है और मेरे को इंटरेस्ट समझ में आ रहा है, तभी आप ये क्वालिफिकेशन करिए। ऐसा नहीं माइल्स ने मार्केट कर दिया या इसने मार्केट कर दिया तो मैं ये कर दूं। तो पहले आप खुद ये रिसर्च करो कि आप सही में इसके काबिल है या नहीं, एंड यू रियली वांट टू डू दैट और नॉट, राइट? आप पढ़ नहीं रहे हो न्यूज़पेपर, कुछ नहीं कर रहे हो, बस बैठ के इंटरनेट पे ब्राउजिंग कर रहे हो, वैसे होएगा नहीं अमित, राइट? तो आप पहले चेक करिए कि आपको सही में ये नंबर्स पसंद है या नहीं, स्टॉक मार्केट में देखना पसंद है या नहीं, कोई कंपनीज के रिजल्ट्स आ रहे हैं। जब कभी आप CNBC खोल के देखे हो क्या न्यूज चैनल पे, CNN IBN ये सब चैनल खोल के देखे और फाइनेंशियल्स अच्छे लग रहे हैं, नंबर्स में रुचि है, तब ये कोर्सेस का थोड़ा बहुत रेलेवेंस आपको दिखेगा, नहीं तो इसका मतलब कुछ नहीं है। ठीक है, आप सिर्फ अपना करोगे और कुछ नहीं करोगे। ठीक है,
ओके सर, मैं ग्रेजुएशन जरूर पूरा करूंगा।
धन्यवाद अमित, थैंक यू सो मच।
सर मैं फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में क्या पूरा कर सकता हूँ क्या US CMA को?
क्या बोल रहे हो
सर? मैं फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में पूरा कर सकता हूँ US CMA?
अरे आराम से फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में आराम से कर सकते हो। पहले आप खोल के बुक तो देखो और पढ़ो और आराम से पढ़ लोगे। पहले अगर आप खुद में ही विश्वास नहीं है कि ये मैं कर सकूंगा या नहीं कर सकूंगा, तो उसका आंसर नहीं मिलेगा अमित। तो व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग इज आप स्टार्ट करो पढ़ाई, सब चीजें मुमकिन है। आप पढ़ोगे तो हर चीज मुमकिन रहेगी। ठीक है,
ओके सर, मैं जरूर परस्यू करूंगा US CMA को, क्योंकि ये मेरा ड्रीम है।
100%
सर।
को प्राउड करो आप। ठीक है,
ये सर, थैंक यू सर। मैं आपके साथ जरूर कांटेक्ट में रहूंगा।
100% अमित, स्टे इन टच। थैंक यू सो मच, टेक केयर।
थैंक यू सर।
यस, हर्षित गाला, yes, go ahead please.
Yes, I'm a qualified chartered accountant and I'm into finance and accounts. Actually, I want to grow in my profile. So what will you suggest, CMA or CPA, USA?
So Harshit, which company you're working in currently?
I'm in the US MNC. Yeah. So for that I'm seeking enhancement in growth.
Correct. So Harshit, see, already you're working in a US based MNC, right? And you're already a chartered accountant. A CPA would definitely make you more global than being a local, right? So any given day, I would suggest you to do with CPA, because what's happening in India is becoming more global than local now. A lot of the US companies are coming in India. They're setting up locations here. So a CA would not be sufficient is my answer. So definitely try to upgrade that with a CPA. And the chances of going into all these companies at a higher designations are more, Harshit. That is what would be my answer. Okay.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harshit. Take care. Kapil Jain. Yes, Zaki, can you unmute Kapil Jain there?
Hello.
Yes, Kapil. बोलिए Kapil देव.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, भाई. बोलिए.
Sir, I'm a semi-qualified chartered accountant, and I also did a master. Currently, I'm working in Dubai in company in accounts payable. So what will be preferable, US CMA or US
CPA any day आपके लिए.
CPA?
Yes boss. दुबई में हो, IFRS में हो, मिडिल ईस्ट में पूरे शेख लोग, पूरे यूएस की कंपनी, पूरे यूएस मिडिल ईस्ट पूरा रूल करता है वेगस को, पूरे शेख लोगों के नाम पे है वेगस, राइट? तो पूरे यूएस कंपनीज मिडिल ईस्ट से ही रेगुलेटेड है, सो मिडिल ईस्ट में सीपीए मेक्स मोर सेंस, राइट? सीएमए भी वैसे अच्छा है मिडिल ईस्ट में, दुबई में, बट आप ऑलरेडी सेमी क्वालिफाइड हो और आपने कुछ एडिशनल क्वालिफिकेशन भी किया है, तो आई थिंक आइदर वे सीएमए और सीपीए एनी क्वालिफिकेशन वुड ऐड वैल्यू टू यू इन मिडिल ईस्ट. दोनों भी बहुत एक्सेप्टेबल है, बहुत पॉपुलर है, बट आपको बिग फोर्स में जाना है तो सीपीए, इंडस्ट्री में जाना है तो सीएमए है कपिल. तो आपको डिसाइड करना है आपको जाना कहाँ है, और आपको दोनों जगह जाना है तो सीएमए प्लस सीपीए दोनों करिए. दैट वुड बी माय आंसर टू यू.
ओके, थैंक यू सर.
यस, थैंक यू कपिल. बीरेश बी. Zaki, can you unmute Biresh? Biresh B. Biresh B.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Biresh. Go ahead, please.
Audible, sir?
Yes, audible, Biresh.
Sir, myself, Biresh, sir. I am still studying in BCom second year, sir.
Okay.
I like to choose the CPA after my completion of BCom. Can I study in between this BCom, sir?
No. I mean, the other institutes might enroll you, but it really doesn't make any sense, because once, by the time you'll write the exam, portion will get changed, Biresh. So there is no point enrolling with us now. You complete your BCom, or if you're in a final year of BCom, that also in the last 2-3 months, then you can join for CPA with us. Else I would not suggest you to join right now. So you'd still need a bit maturity for CPA. If you want, you can join for CMA. You can do CMA and then do CPA later.
Sir, another question.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, I had a confusion between choosing the courses of CA or something BA, MBA and CPA. Can you give me a suggestion?
MBA is a waste of money, yaar. I mean, Biresh, unless until you are doing from IIMs या बाहर कोई or from outside any bigger universities like Harvard, Stanford, Oxford, or from IIMs, ISBs, XLRI and all, MBAs is of no value, to be honest. So I just don't want to kind of talk more on that particular thing, because it's a more investment, lesser return. So any given day, I would say do a CPA and a CMA than an MBA, right? So what's happening, right? The world is pursuing more specialization in finance, right? And MBA is becoming more generic now. So people are not preferring generic qualification, Biresh. They're looking for specialization in accounts, finance, and all those stuff. That's why I'm giving lesser marks for MBA. More investment, lesser returns is the answer for MBA. Okay.
Thank you so much. This is very helpful, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Sandhya Sunkara. Zaki, can you just unmute Sandhya Sankara? Sandhya Sankara, you are unmuted. Please go ahead. I think Sandhya is not talking.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
Sandhya. Yes, please.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Sandhya. Please go ahead.
Sir, I have completed my post-graduation MBA.
Okay.
And I'm working with a manufacturing company from last 10 years.
Which company you're working with?
Manufacturing company, sir.
Okay. Okay, Sandhya. Yes.
From Hyderabad.
Okay.
So right now I want to start my career with US CMA and US CMA.
Okay.
Is it better for go ahead with US CMA or US CPA?
Sandhya, I think you can start off with CMA first, because you are starting after a long period of time. You don't want to go with a qualification which is a bit tougher. And so you can start off with CMA first, and slowly after CMA, then you can look for CPA, right? So right now, just go ahead with CMA, get a glimpse of the courses, get the glimpse of the subjects and all. They are much similar to what is it in CPA also, right? So start off with CMA first. Practice it more, and there are only 2 exams. You'll get the confidence also. You have one qualification under your belt. Any day, okay, CMA plus postgraduate or whatever would be a great combination than just being a standalone management student, right? So that's what I would say. Start off with a CMA first, pass this sooner, and then go in for next one. Okay.
Okay, fine, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sandhya. Yes, Saili Nemalkar. Zaki, can you unmute Saili Nimlekar? Yes, Saili, you're unmuted, please. Go ahead.
Sir, Saili this side. Good evening. So I just completed my post-graduation in accountancy in the year 2021. And along with that, I gave my CS professional in the December month. I gave all the 3 groups. And in the month of May, I'm planning to give my law entrance exam as well, the 3-year LLB course. So I was skeptical whether to pursue CPA or CMA along with it. And my internship is about to start in the month of Feb. So can you guide me on that?
So Saili, you're doing so many things in life, makes really good. So you're completely preoccupied with so many stuff. And to add on to a professional qualification, I would say Saili, CMA would be a good start off because you're already doing multiple things. So do not want to take with a higher qualification first. So you start off with CMA and later then do CPA. That would be my answer for you, Saili.
Okay, thank you, sir. So I should be doing my CMA right now, or should I wait for a month or so, or sorry, a year or so, so that I get enrolled for LLB and later on pursue it, or should I start it right now only?
So LLB you're doing from distance, or is it a full-time LLB?
No, I'll be doing full-time LLB.
Yeah, so I think that should not be a problem, Sally. You can join it now only. This CMA exam is not so tough like our Indian exams, okay? So you can just straight away start, take the admission, don't wait for 1 year, 2 years. By that time, you don't know what would be your energy levels also. Right now, if your energy levels are good, you're positive, you're confident, then go for a kill. Why do you want to delay or postpone something which is good? Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay. So if in case I have one more doubt, in case I don't, this was my first attempt for CS professional. So in case I don't clear any of the groups, I'll be have to giving it in the month of June. So is it possible to manage CMA and 1 or 2 groups of CS along with it?
Oh, definitely yes. Definitely yes. Secretarial compliances and all those compliance related part you have in CMA also, you might find a bit similarity of CMA and CS professional. You have a financial management and all those things in CS executive also. So you might find synonyms of all these things in both the things. So I think you will only go stronger with this qualification.
Okay. So I can pursue them simultaneously, right?
Yes, yes. They are in CS executive also you have financial management, in CS professional also you have all this topic. So I don't think so you should have any issues. Costing will become much easier in CS because of CMA, right? Because costing is definitely a good part of junk in CMA, in CS, right? So after CMA, I think you will find there also more confidence, to be honest.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sally. Yes, Zaki, who's the next one? I'm not able to see. Jadhav Saiteja. Yes, Zaki, can you just unmute Jadhav? Yes. Yes, Jadhav, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so I have already enrolled with Simandhar in US CMA. The problem is like I am doing my BCom from Open University. The exams are postponing like this is the 3rd time. If I clear US CMA before completing BCom, will I get a job or will it?
No, you will not get, Jadhav. You will not get. BCom is mandatory actually to get a job. You might get internships and all, but not a full-time job, Jadhav. I don't want to disappoint you. And BCom is mandatory in order to get a job in a good company. Like this, I can place you in all these small firms, but that's not the way we work, Jadhav. Okay. Either we'll place in a good company or we will not place at all, unless and until you're suffering from some great financial crisis or so like that, which will never happen. Okay.
So should I postpone these exams when I will be in my final semester, then I should write exams. Is it the better option, or should I complete my US CMA first, then go with BCom, or should I wait?
Better you complete US CMA and then go for BCom. Okay. Don't wait again. If they postpone, you will lose that time also of US CMA. You could have utilized that, right? So I would say go ahead with US CMA and then write BCom later. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Jadhav. Best of luck. All the best.
Okay.
Yes, Zaki, next. Yes, Zaki, Whom do we have next? Because I'm not able to scroll.
I think everyone is.
Are we
the
done with
queries are
everyone?
addressed? Yeah.
Okay.
All the queries are addressed.
Okay, superb. So thank you so much, guys, for attending this. I think it's already 4:15 now, and we started at 3 o'clock, if I'm not wrong, Zaki. So thank you so much, guys. I
Yeah.
hope that you found this session useful. And though I haven't shown the Becker's product, because in Simandhar, we use the material of the Becker, and we have our own Simandhar LMS where we record our videos, our study material, our lectures, which are very starting from the basics, from ABCD, as if he's a non-accounting student, right? So our lectures are very highly regarded lectures across the industries also. So I'm pretty much sure that you will have a great time at Simandhar Education. But please ensure that you keep upgrading yourselves, upskilling yourself, and keep reading every day and keep studying the newspapers so that your understanding skills improve, and also learn some typing skills and all, because these exams are on online mode, right? So need to learn the typing and all faster a bit. That all we will anyways teach you once you're enrolled with Simandhar, and that would actually make things easier, right? So thank you so much for watching this. We'll stay connected, and any queries or anything, always you can reach out to my team at www.simandhareducation.com. And that is our website, www.simandhareducation.com. You can follow us on LinkedIn, on Instagram, Simandhar Education. Any queries, anything, please feel free to reach out to the team, and we'll be happy to help you out. Thank you so much, everyone, and it was great talking to you all. Thank you. Thank you. Saki, you can just finish it. Thank you so much for the people who are watching us on YouTube. We'll meet you.